So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy JustDaNorm, and I'm back with another tutorial focusing on Cakewalk Sonar. This is going to be a beginner's tutorial, but I'm going to start off with something, a project that I was working on that I had a video for. Just going to say a few things about it, and then we're going to get into actually starting a brand new project. I don't have a lot of things hooked up. I am in a new house. It's very rough in here, but we will get into some things, so stay tuned. Here's hoping that everything is working on here. This is Cakewalk Sonar, and this is a project that is just called Free Samples Test, because Cakewalk Sonar Free comes, or Cakewalk Sonar period, comes with the BandLab sounds embedded in it. And this is a fascinating thing, because if you want to find different free sounds or sounds that you want to purchase, or if you're signed up for the BandLab membership, then you get it, you know, included. But for this particular case, we're going to just play around with it again. Now, this is another track that I already created, and you may have seen this if you saw it on a previous video. So let's listen to what we have, and then I want to talk about how to go about rendering this or exporting it to another track, or exporting it to Wave or whichever, so that way you can get your project out there to the world. If you're finished with it and you feel like it's good to go. I hadn't heard this since I moved, because it's been over a month and a half, probably, or 18 days since I posted the video on this channel. But anyway, let's listen to this, and hopefully you hear everything okay, because I just hooked all this up yesterday. So yeah. Oh. It never seems, and when I turn my face to the other side of the room, I don't see you. And it seems every argument that we had, I wish I had enough to tell you when enough is enough. So I don't feel that we'll ever get back together, but it's true. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, I gotta get this camera view good. Hold on, let's see. Switch it this way a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Still trying to get this thing tweaked out and adjusted. So there we go. Oh, that's better in frame. All right. So Cakewalk Sonar is a free DAW. Now, if you are part of Cakewalk by BandLab, you know that BandLab is absolute. Cakewalk by BandLab is absolute gone. You cannot do it anymore. And when you log in, it says, "I'm so sorry." Yeah, you can't log it. Like you need to have the license, and I don't think it's allowing you to actually connect or validate the license, if that makes sense. So now, if you've decided to stay with Cakewalk, you can move to Sonar. And Sonar was a paid tier version, but now they created a free version, which does have some limitations, but it actually still will allow you to do whatever you need in the project or in this DAW. So definitely try it out. I can't remember what links are in the description, but hopefully it should be in there. All right, so this project, I want to talk about just exporting first. So this is going to be, I'm just going to highlight everything. So you can do that by double clicking on, I call it wherever the number is of each track, like 1, 2, 3, and then you can right click on it. Let's zoom in so you can see this better. Okay, you can right click on it, and you can go down to that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. First thing you're going to do is double click where you see the track, like you may see 1 here or 2. Double click and it should highlight all the tracks that you have there. And then you're going to go up to tracks, which is at the very top. Let me show you. Click on tracks, go down to bounce to tracks. This is one way to do it. And I can say bounce to track. And I want to make sure that everything is set this way. So this says preset, select preset. I'm going to set it to entire mix. Now you can do entire mix, no FX, or you can do just entire mix. I'm going to do entire mix. Format is going to be stereo, and triangular is there. The only thing that's not allowed in this free version is the power R, which is just a better dithering. I'm about to say dithering, but a better dithering. All right, bounce buffer size should be there. Source category is going to be entire mix, and I'm coming from my Zoom, which I'm still using right now, and everything else looks fine. And you can render in real time if you want to. I'm not going to worry about doing that. I'm just going to press OK, and then we're going to go from there. And what it's going to do is it's going to bounce everything to another track. Now, you can take that track and you can export it that way, or this is a good way to do it if you want to get different mixes. Like, you know, like if you want to say, this is with more bottom, this is with less bottom, this is with the vocal louder, this is with the background louder, then you can have all these different mixes, you know. So cool. How are you doing today? I hope you're feeling well wherever you are in the world. This is JustDaNorm, and I hope that you have liked it so far. Please like it. That does definitely help the channel grow. We're at over 7,000 subscribers, and I have a goal by the middle, if not before then, by the middle of next year, so June, July, I'd love to be at 10,000 subscribers, and I know we can make it happen. So if you feel like you want to subscribe to as well, go ahead and do that as well. We're going back. All right, let's switch back. Now, we've exported it, and it is down here on a track. It says entire mix, and I can label this, double click on it. Can I zoom in for this so you can see this a little better? Yeah, okay, here we go. So I'm in right here, and then I can click and I can say, I don't know, let's just say mix, mix 1. Okay, do that. All right, now I want to solo this, so you can click on solo, and I can play it, and now I should just be playing just this track. So let's hear it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. It never seems.
Okay, cool. Pretty much sounds just like it did when I was playing it earlier, which is great. So now what I want to do is I want to click on the track. You don't have to do it this way because you actually can export the whole entire file. But what I'm going to do is click on the track just like that. And then I'm going to go up to I'm going to go up to File, and then I'm going to go down to Export. And then I can click on Export Audio, because this is what I'm really interested in. You can also publish it to BandLab. There's a Cakewalk interchange. I think this allows you to take it to a different DAW that's outside of the BandLab association. But in this case, we're going to do audio. All right. And let's move this up over here so you can see it a little better. Zoom out so you can see it a little better, and move it back over. All right, so we see here we have project name. I can give it a name. I can say, I don't know, samples test. I can change where I want it to save. So you might want yours to save in the project folder, audio export, or I might go to music and say save it there, select folder. And then I can go down. And the same thing we did for bounce, and we just want to make sure that everything's set the way we want. If you want to put it in a different format, you can do that too as well. Can I zoom in more on this? All right, okay, that's better. I'm sorry, you all. I'm getting used to using my keyboard again to change these shortcuts in OBS. So we have Wave, Broadcast, Windows Media, MP3, etc. And we're going to do Wave, and I'm just going to keep the sample rate at 4816, so I'm going to keep it at 16. 48, Dithering triangle is fine. And, okay, don't need to change that. Entire mix is good, and everything else is cool. And then I can export it. And this is just going to save it to my music, and then I can go about playing it. Okay. This is a little different for me, you all. Like it took a long time to get into a house, and so I'm officially in the house. You can see my drum set behind here. There's some drywall. This room that I'm in right now is in the basement, but this particular section was kind of semi-finished, but it's not finished all the way. So my intention is to get the floors done, finish the drywall that's in the back. That's kind of started, but not really. Seems like they started painting in some areas, but they just didn't finish it. So we'll work on that. And you really don't care about that. You just came for this video, but I'm just killing time. All right, so let's open up our export location. It came in at the right corner down at the bottom where my screen is, so you probably couldn't see it as well. All right, and then I'm going to, let's see. Oh, we're going to music. I'm tripping. Okay, so we're going to music, and I can do date created, and I can see samples test is on top. Can you see that good? There we go. You can see that a little better now. Samples test, and then I'll click that. It should open up and play. Now, of course, it says 90s medley.
Yeah.
But it's not 90s medley, though. It's just a picture that's there, I guess. I don't know.
It never sings. And when I turn my face to the...
Okay, so we have that. We've exported our first project. But you're probably not worried about that. You're probably like, well, how do I get things started? Like if I'm just a brand new person. Let's go to that. I close it out. Now I'm going to create a new project. Create. Now you can create your own template in here if you want to, but I'm just going to start with an empty project. Okay. All right. And let's see. I don't really know what I want to do. Maybe I'll just focus on doing some vocal stuff. Is it okay? I feel like I can almost sing. My voice is really shot for a long time, you all. I mean, I'm a school teacher by day, and it seems like I was just really not being able to sing much. So I'm going to put a few audio tracks here. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm just going to delete. I'm going to do one track. You can do Control-T or Control-Z to undelete. I mean, or to delete, not undelete, but to delete. And then what I want to do is just set up one track first. Zoom. I'm in channel 1 on here. I'm going to do input 1. And I got a signal. Yeah, go a little closer. Yeah, sorry, that pop noise was bad. Yeah, okay. Now, that's pretty much all you got to do. But if you don't have your audio set up correct, I always start with, making sure your audio is set up correct. If you go up to playback and recording, if you have a digital mixer interface, something that accepts ACO or ASIO drivers, then make sure you have it set to that. If not, if you're using your computer internal sound, the best option is Wasapi Shared. Okay. And if that's still not working correctly, then I would go to WDM or MME. Now, just to warn you, the latency on these will not be as good. So it's really best if you can get some type of interface. Even if it's like a $30, $40, $50 interface, it might help you just get better recording, period. All right, so, and I already have set everything set. You can see my inputs down here. You can see my outputs down there. I'm only using output driver 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is set up for, I don't know what it's set up for, but normally I'll have it You can just kind of route things differently if you want to, but right now I just have it set for 1 and 2. On the side, you'll see the inspector. Okay, and on the right side, you'll see the browser. And you can press I if you want to close the inspector. It's up to you, or you can just leave it open. Right now, you see the Pro channel, and I'm not going to really worry about doing any not any effects right now. I'm just going to do straight vocals, and then we can go back and talk about effects. I'm feeling something acapella. Let me see what I can do. Now, if I want to put my metronome on, I can go up here to the top. And you should see right here where it says 120. Tempo is 120. I don't know. Let's put this to like 89. I don't know. Let's put it to 89. Press that. Tempo is there. You can also change the meter. I can also change the key signature. That really matters right now, but this comes in handy if you're dealing with notation or anything else, or MIDI. That helps too as well. And reset MIDI audio run stop. Run stop is automatically checked, but if you ever find out that you're having an issue with the audio where it feels like maybe notes are holding, and you deal with MIDI, sometimes notes may hold over, or if you feel like something is like distorted or like your computer sounds weird, just try doing a reset. You might have to adjust your latency or just something in the computer, but for now we don't have to mess with any of that. Voice is a little dry, but that's all right. I didn't really drink no water today. Now on here I have a little effects on my mixer that just kind of makes it sound a little better. Now it's not going to be printed on the recording, but it's going to be something you can hear, but you won't hear it on the actual recording. Yeah, da 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 da. Gotta warm up. Boom, 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 doom, 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 doom. Let's try something like that. I don't know what the metronome's like. Doom, 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 doom. Doom 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 doo doo doom 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 doo doo doom 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 doom. Cool. All right. Doom 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 doom. I'm put the metronome so I can hear how this sounds. It's always good to put the metronome on to see if you're exactly in time, because if you're dealing with latency issues, then you may be slightly off. You might need to nudge it to the left or nudge it to the right. Okay, you all can't really see what I'm doing. Let me zoom back out. So sorry. I got to remember to do that. I'm not always looking at this screen to the left, and if you see me looking to the left, the screen is here, but my main screen is right here. And then I have another, my iPhone camera's right here. Let's see. Okay. All right, we're going to duplicate this track, but not the events. So events is... So we're not going to duplicate the events. The events is basically any of the data, the audio data, whichever. And I'm going to do a repetition of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just do 8 tracks. Okay, cool. All right, and let's turn record off because I don't want anything recording. Nope, don't need that on. Okay, that was if you want to hear the internal sound, but I'm not worried about that. Dum, 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 boom, poof, 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 poof. Okay, I'm gonna record some bass drum. All right. Okay. All right. And I know you probably like, what the heck? Why are you doing all this? Where are you going with this? You'll see in a moment. Okay. Let's go back out. Okay, so you can see it. All right, let's do okay.
Do 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 da 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 do da da.
Should I do da or do? Let's do
do da da 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 do da da.
Okay, cool. Let's try that, and then let's go to the next track.
Do 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 da da 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 do da da.
Okay.
Do da da do da da do da da do.
Okay. All right. I'm getting ready to cheat real quick. I don't even have the piano hooked up. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it. Never mind. I'm not gonna do.
Do da da do do da da 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 do da do.
Let me go there.
Do da da.
Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Control Z. My bad.
Do da da. 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 Do da da.
Okay, I think that's cool.
Do do da da. Do do da da. Do da da. Do da da. Do da 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 da.
So I need to bring these up some more. So I'm gonna turn these up a little bit because I cannot hear them. If you, to the left, you press global on and off. Oh, that's not what I meant to press. I meant to press this, show high pro channel. All right. Then I can turn these up some more.
Do da da. 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 Do da.
Let me see.
Do da da. Do da da. Do da da.
Yeah, let's go there. Okay, let's go there. All right, here we go. Record this track.
Do do da da, 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 do da da. I feel like I was off a little bit, but it's okay because in harmony, it's all right. We ain't got to be perfect, you know. Now, if I put auto tone on it, that'd be good, but I'm not trying to do all that. Okay, I'm going to skim this forward because I knew that I came in off, so it's okay. Do da da, do da da, do da da, do da da. Okay, let me see. Let's get another. Do da da, do da da, do da da, do da, do da 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna do another note that's kind of straight. Okay, I'm just, you know, just doing stuff. Now, ideally, you would probably go through and stack these notes. So I probably do 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, or 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, whichever. But I'm not going to worry about doing that right now. I'm just going to do, you know, just one part for each. Let's see. Do da da, do da da, do. Okay, let me make sure I don't have that note there already. Forgot what notes I have. Let me see. Do da da, 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 do da da. Okay, do da da. I think that's where I am. Do da da, 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 do da da. Yeah, okay. Do da da. Okay, I'm gonna hit it there. Take the solo off, and then we'll go back into it. Do da da. Okay, I'm gonna be right there. Do da da, 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 do da da. Okay, that's where it feels like it was off, like that second to last note. But it's okay. Press Control S because we want to make sure that we say this, and we're gonna just call it vocal U. I don't know. We're just gonna call it vocal U. Press save. Always important. Should have did that earlier, but it's okay. All right. So I'm just tracking. That's all I'm doing right now. All right. Let's listen to what we got. Do da da, do da da, do da da, do da da. do da da, 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 do da da. You hear that? Do da da, do da da, do da da, do da da.
That's cool. That's cool. Subtle changes. I mean, but yeah, that probably was an accident, but it's okay. So now I might be cool. I mean, let me see. All right, let me see. Might do something else.
Do da da, 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 do da da.
I might put some hi-hats in there. Okay, let's record some hi-hats.
Do da da, 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 do da da.
Okay.
Do da da, do da da, do da da.
Okay, let's do one more. Say that. Let's do another one for just like a snare.
Do da da, 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 do da da.
What's up? What'd you do? I'm recording a video and recording at the same time.
Do da da.
Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start like kind of tweaking these and editing them. So I need to be able to get the noise out of here. So one thing that I could do is I can put a noise gate on it. I can go through here and chop out, you know, where there's not singing parts at. It's a bunch of different things that I can do. I think I'm gonna do that first. So let's start with, I'm gonna press shift, hold these down, shift, and then I'm gonna start right here. Oops, I did that wrong. Shift, and then I mean control, that's what I meant to say. Control, duh. Okay, I need to, okay, let's minimize these for a second. Okay, I've been out of the loop, y'all, so sometimes I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing in this. Okay, let's start right here. And I should be able to, hold on. Yeah, so I start about 2, so I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna double click and highlight all of them, and I can press S. Should be able to split them all, and then I can take all of these and I'll highlight them. If you press the first clip and then hold shift, you can select the rest of them, press delete, and then we'll go from there. Okay, shift again, click on this, shift that. Okay, let's do, if you press control while you hold them down, you can stretch them out. Okay, if you hold down Alt while you're scrolling your mouse, the little wheel in the middle, then you can shrink it so you can see everything a little better. What I'm looking for now is, I might chop these up some so I know. So even for these, I might chop them a little bit shorter. So like these, I see this one, this, might press split S on the keyboard. Then I can delete that. And then I have it set to automatically crossfade. There's an option right here that says enable, disable, automatic crossfade. So if you have it off, then it won't do that. But I think it's good to have it on, because what it does is kind of like eases into the sound, especially if you got a noisy environment like mine right now, where my kids are actually playing a video game right in the other room. Okay, now the next thing I can do is, of course, I did that, which did help that way. But now let's go to the ending. Okay, and then I think I just need to roll. You can also do a roll. If you just go to the end of the clip, you'll see double arrows, and then you can drag it over while you're holding the mouse button down. So that helps. Now, I'm not going to worry about cleaning up everything in the inside, but what I am going to do is I'm going to create a bus. So I'm going to right click, and I want to send, let's see, track 3, track 4, track 5, track 6. Okay, I want to send those 4 to a bus. I'm going to right click on them, and I'm going to go to insert send, and then I'm going to go to new stereo bus. All right. And I think I did that right. If I did it right, all of them should have went to that particular bus. We shall find out. If you click on each track, okay, it should say, nope. Okay, I did not do it correct. So, but that's okay. We got the bus created. I think you're supposed to hold down shift. I can't remember. Man, it's been so long since I've been in this DAW. Giving tutorials, and I don't even remember stuff myself. Okay, so if you hold down control, and then, yeah, I think, go insert send. No, not insert send. Let's go to bus D. I think all of them should be bus D now, hopefully. Yeah, okay. 4 is, 5 is, 6 is, good. Okay. So now those are all on bus D, and then I'm gonna create another one, and this one is gonna be for the drums. So let's do, and it might be handy to label these. So I know this is bass, okay. And it's like a little snap or whatever I did. And then this is, what was it? Okay, this is bass drum. Oops, I cannot type. Okay. All right, and then this is, yeah, I won't worry about the vocals. I'll worry about them later on. And this is hats, right? It should be hats. Okay, so this is snare. Snare. All right, and then this is hats, I think. Okay. Hats. All right. So, and actually, I'm gonna shift these up. If you press Control while you have them selected, you should see in between it. You should see like a arrow, 2 arrows. Can't zoom it in, but then you'll see it move up. Then I can move these up, and I'll put it right here. Okay, now you can notice the hats and the snares up top, and the bass I'm gonna move down right there. So it's bass drum, and I move the snare up. Oops, thought I moved the snare up. Okay, I'm gonna move the hats down. There we go. Okay. Oh, I have them still selected. Okay, gotta make sure they're not both selected. There we go. Okay, bass, snare, hats, and then bass, vocal bass, and then we have all of these down here, which are the vocals. And then track 9 has nothing on it right now, so I could delete that track if I wanted to, or I can save it just in case I want to add to something else later on. I'll keep it there for now. And then from there, okay, I got this soloed. I don't need this soloed anymore. Then I can go to the drums and create a drum bus, snare. I'm highlighting all of these. And do I want to put this in this bus? I'm just going to put the drums in the same bus. I'll put the bass guitar in a different bus. Okay, right click, hold control down while you're holding right click, because that's what I forgot to do last time. Insert send, and then go to new stereo bus. Okay, and it should have sent them all to bus E. Great, it did. Okay, this time. And then the bass. Actually, the bass might not even need a bus. The reason why I'm creating a bus is I want to be able to manipulate the sound of everything together. But I'm going to individually go through and tweak each track separate. Let's start with the bass drum, because I'm probably going to use a Pro channel on it. Click the Pro channel. So you click up top, and then I'm going to solo this. And actually, I'll set it for a loop. Press L. Okay. And then if you highlight, you can highlight it, or you can just drag it over. I'm going to drag it over right there. And let's hear. Okay, good. Now, first thing I'm going to do is maybe should I put compression first or just get the sound sounding right? Let's turn the EQ on, double click that. I'm going to pin it so I can hear it. Okay, you can see the frequencies of where I am. I'm going to put a high pass frequency on it still too as well. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to do some cutting in the mids. You can hear my kids in the background. Okay. Now, this is not how you're going to get it to sound the way you really want it to sound. You have to put a whole lot of manipulation on this. Now, one thing I'm going to do is actually add a gate to this. Okay, is there a gate? Oh, there should be a gate on here. All right, so to add another plug-in here, we can I can right-click, insert module, and go to console emulator, console. Let's see, style should have a remove sibilance, dynamically shape, ambience control, small. Okay, def, gator. Okay, grid max. Okay, I guess it's not one in the Pro part, but I can just create. I'm doing audio. Actually, I'll do this. I'll create a what's a right click, insert a post. Is it post FX rack? Is that what I'm looking for? I forgot. Okay, post. Oh, okay, this can be post FX rack. Yeah, that might work. Okay, let's do that. Right click. So insert post just means it's going to come after the FX rack, which is here right here. So I'm going to insert, and then I'm looking for a gate of some sort. I can go to Cakewalk and use the gate there. Okay, compressor gate or Sonitis gate. Let's use the Sonitis gate. And I just want to kind of crop some of that extra resonance out. Let's play this again. Okay, I'm kind of messing around with the threshold. You notice if I take the threshold down, it's allowing everything to come through. If I take it all the way up, it's allowing anything to come through sound-wise that's at -3 decibels or more. So that means if anything's softer than that, it's not going to cut through. So I got to bring it down. And then you also have the depth. I'll leave it about right there. Okay. That's without this. That's with it. Okay. All right. Okay, kind of just doing a sweep to see the exact spot of where I really want it to sound. Okay, we'll work with that for now. Ka, 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 ka. Okay, that sounds good already. Anyway, okay, then I might add maybe a little distortion, saturation to this. I don't know. A lot of times I'm just playing with things and I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, I do, but I'm not like really trying to think like, oh, let's do this and see if it, you know. Slide this up. Okay. Am I on the right thing? Okay. Add a compression to it. Man, I feel like I'm starting to itch. Hoping ain't nothing down here. Sorry, y'all. If you see me scratching, I'm like being down in this basement, still some spider webs and things. I'm like, trying to lay compression down here. Okay, let's try that. Ka, ka, ka. All right, and then this, I might add like just some reverb to it. I don't know. I might actually, no, I'll probably add some EQ to it too as well. Compression maybe. Ka, 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 ka. That's what it sound like I was doing nothing. Let me see. Ka, 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 ka. Okay, all right, let's add a little EQ on it. Ka, 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 ka. I'm gonna carve this a little bit more. Ka, 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 ka. Okay. Woo. Vocals are hot. All right, and we're gonna put compression on there definitely. All right. This is. Let's see where we at. Can we add a little reverb maybe to this? Okay, so add saturation knob, effects chain, okay. Oh, we got the reverb on there. I could add that in there. See how this sounds. Let's try that. I'm press Control S, and then I'm gonna go to hats, and man, like something's got me feeling like I'm itching. All right, for the hats, we're gonna go ahead and also do the same thing. I'm gonna add some brightness to it. And one thing that I'm doing is I'm just carving even more like low end out, so to make room for the other instruments. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the buses. Let's go to the buses and look at them. Press Control, add the console. Let's view. Okay, Alt 2. Also forgot how to do that too as well. Okay, bus. Slide this over on the bus. Okay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch all of these vocals to bus D. Gonna hold down Control, holding Control. I'm gonna switch them to bus D. Okay, then I'm also gonna do this for the drums. I could have did this earlier, but what I'm doing is trying to make sure that only excuse me. What I'm trying to do is make sure that only that bus controls it. Hang on. Okay. Control, press Control. So only the bus will control the drums. You know, so like if I wanted to turn the drums down collectively, I can just turn them all the way down. Let's move this up this way. Okay, I move myself up top so you all can see it a little bit better. All right, and okay, so now that I've got so I can bring these down. Oops, I set all of them to bus E. I did not mean to do that. And I was like, what is going on? Why are them all coming out of there? Okay, so this 5, 6, 7, 8 should be set to bus D. There we go. Okay, and actually I can color them. Let's put them this color. Yeah. You can color them at the bottom. Okay. Now you don't hear the vocals now, and then I want to bring them up. I could solo it. Okay. Let's hear what it sounds like if I have them panned. I normally wouldn't do this like this, but okay, now let's do some stuff here and add some plugins right here. Right click. Oh, okay, I'm starting to go back up. Insert effects. There we go. Effects. I was in the wrong spot. Let's put a okay, let's see. Just using Cakewalk plugins. What do you all think? Or do you want to do something different? Let's do an EQ. And I'm going to do bring this in. Yeah, about right there. Okay, just cut out some low ends. I might put a compression on it. Does this work? Vocal doubler. Let me see. Okay, I thought I liked that, but I don't like it actually. Let's see what we got on here. Put some waves on there. I want to do something fancy. Let me see. Let's do Cakewalk. Like a phaser. I like that. I think I just got to do something different though. I need to add. Now I need some more clarity. To sound Shift D. Let's see. I'm trying to see exactly what plugins are and what order they're in. What this is gonna do? High frequency exciting. Definitely that brain. Okay. All right. Cool. I like it. Control S. Just something very simple. Now, let's go back to just track view. Exit out of this real quick. Now, if you wanted to, say for instance, I wanted to, I don't know, like freeze a track or something like that. This comes in handy with like MIDI. But if I wanted to do something where I say for instance, I wanted to just freeze a track or freeze these tracks, like maybe the vocals, I want to just freeze them right here. I can click on the 4 tracks. Gonna press shift, click on the first one, shift, and then I can right click and then go to freeze the track, and it gives me some freeze options. I can render in real time, single bounce per track. I can remove silence, so I'm gonna right click and then I want to just freeze them. All right, and you're gonna see what it did was it put a track right here now, but it seems like it only did it one at a time. This is, like I said, this comes in handy if you wanted to freeze like a MIDI track and you wanted to make it into audio real quick and then maybe copy it to a different track, and then you can keep editing it. Okay, so it quickly did that. I can press Control Z and undo that. But if I wanted to freeze each track, then I can do that. Why would you want to do that on the audio? I mean, you really don't have to do it, but I don't know. Like, for instance, if you, it's kind of like rendering it does help save the resources. Like if you're running a whole bunch of plugins and you're like, okay, you know, you got 25 effects on one track, then you can go about like trying to render them, like freeze it, and it'll embed all of that into one audio track, and then you can like copy and paste it and then, you know, go back. So it comes in handy. I don't really have to do it much. Like I said, mainly I do it when I'm dealing with MIDI. Feels good to be back in the DAW, you all. It's been a while since I've done any of this thing. I might look really orange looking. The lighting is bad in here. If I turn this light off, like, I mean, woo, you can't even see me, but this light, this one little small light helps a little bit. This is the same light that I used. I do have a light I need to bring down here. I just haven't done it yet. But I hope this is helpful. This is, you know, an hour and probably a little hour. Yeah, probably like an hour video. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I did. This is kind of really just like a free flow video and not really specifically tied to a certain topic. Just want to show you how to get in here and start doing some things. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's grow. Let's grow, yeah. All right. It's good to be back. Peace.